compared to what you expected?
It actually wasn't as bad. I think that you wore the right stuff out there, and winning also helps too. When you feel like you're playing a really good game, that kind of creates some energy for us too. So wasn't as bad as I expected, but definitely a lot of fun to play.
Could you tell the weather affected the Dolphins?
Yeah, to an extent. I talked to some of the guys, some of my friends in Canada that play in the CFL, and one of the things they mentioned too was the team that complained the least about the weather is usually the team that's going to win. So we made it a point that we weren't going to talk about it. We're just going to go out there, execute, and that's a good football team over there. But we had a really good game plan that was put together by Coach Spags, and we're able to execute and do a lot of good things.
What are some of the things you saw from them that led you to believe that they were affected by the weather?
Maybe that first overthrow early in the game that Mike was able to get the pick on. That was huge. And then, just the speed of the game, But we thankfully got to practice in it all week. It wasn't as cold as it was today. But I think that does help.
Justin, how critical was just tackling in this cold weather? And why do you think you guys were so good
this is the playoffs. This is the playoffs. I mean, it's an attitude thing. If you walk out there and you're not ready to tackle, it's not going to be a good day. So that was an emphasis that in the first 3 plays, everybody on the defense needed to hit somebody. Whether it's an offensive lineman, running back, whoever, you got to hit somebody in the first 3 plays because you got to get that first contact in and let them know that they're in for a long day. And we pride ourselves on being a physical defense, being an attitude defense, and you prove that week in and week out.
You had only 100 yards given up by Tua in the entire game. What was the key to success for your secondary on their receivers and how you were able to limit them so much?
Well, we did a lot of pressures, a lot of different attacks, strong side, weak side. Sometimes we rush 7, sometimes we rush 2, sometimes we rush 3, 4. So we gave them a lot of different looks, and I think that when we were able to execute the way that we did, it made it cause some confusion, and we also made sure that we got hands on the receivers. Biggest way to stop speed is you got to get hands on the line of scrimmage. So LJ did a great job of that. I mean, one of those reps was freaking awesome. And then Trent also did a hell of a job too.
Tyreek had the one big play. You guys pretty much shut him down. Other than that, was that a point of emphasis this week, knowing that he had to zero in on you?
Yeah, I mean, Tyreek is one hell of a player. He might be one of the best. I mean, he has the best offensive weapon in the NFL. So definitely an emphasis to limit him, especially him coming home to Arrowhead. We knew that he was going to be in for a big day. So we wanted to limit that, and we just did our job and tried to hold him as best we could.
There was one play where Snead drove him into the ground, the line of scrimmage. How important is it to when you're going up against Tyreek Hill, to be physical with him?
Tone setter. I mean, it's a mental thing. You let them know that they're in for a long day. And when you have that type of speed that he has, you got to get hands on the line of scrimmage. You got to make it rough. You got to make it dirty. So you can make the uglier, the better it is for the defense. And LJ, the guy's been doing it all year. We put him on number 1s week in and week out, and he does the same thing to anybody. Nobody's been able to get away from him. So that's one hell of a football player. And we need to find a way to keep him.
When you look at these last 2 games, you guys, the starters have played now and the Cincinnati Bengals, just what do you guys feel like you guys have showed yourself with how you guys have put together those complete performances?
Yeah, just tough. Just tough. Doesn't matter the situation. We're going to go out and execute. We're going to play tough. And, we want to be the team that nobody wants to go out and play. We want to be the team that guys look on film as like, man, those guys are flying. Doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees or negative 20 degrees. Those guys are flying on the film. So that's what we want to show.
I feel like you guys are showing that right now?
I think that we're doing a good job of it, but I think there's always ways to get better. And I think the second you think you have it figured out is the second you take a step back. So we're going to look at the tape. We're going to find ways to continue to get better and, put that to use against whoever we play next week.
So as they postpone that Bills-Steelers game, was there any frustration? You have to wait another day to figure out who you're playing?
No, it is what it is. So you can't control what you can control. So we'll just wait and see.
What do you say about some of the fans that were lined up since 9 a.m., guys running around shirtless out there?
Like all the fans, Chiefs Kingdom, appreciate you guys so much. I said it in one of the press conference things earlier that we needed y'all to show up, and y'all did. Showed up, showed out. We heard you, and that fed us energy throughout the day, helped keep us a little bit warmer, actually. So I appreciate everyone that showed up and the love that continues to show at Arrowhead.
Thank you.
Just there's 2 games against the Dolphins and the second highest scoring offense in the league, and you held them to 21 points. What's that just say about this group and it's how it's come together?
Yeah, you got one of the highest ranked offenses. You got one of the highest ranked defenses. So we're confident in whoever we play. It doesn't matter who it is. We know that we execute the game plan that Coach Spags puts together. use our tools, use our coaching, and the type of chemistry we have in this unit is so special. I mean, guys, unselfish, willing to work to get the next man free. And when you have a defense that's willing to do that, you're able to do some really special things. So we're going to take advantage of this and ride it out as much as we can.